All right, guys, welcome back to another semen retention video. It is still day 191 of my semen retention streak. I just got done recording chapter 5 out of this book. It took me almost 50 minutes to get through it. And then I'm gonna have to go through, I'm gonna edit some boring parts out that nobody's gonna care about. So now, back to back, I'm going into chapter 6 of this book. Don't say I don't do anything for you guys. I am putting in some hours for you right now to hit this next chapter. This next chapter, it is shorter, and in my opinion, it is better and it's more fun, and you're gonna get a stupid amount of value out of this. So I'm telling you, make time for this one. Put me on 2x speed or whatever you need to do. Come back to this video a couple times or something, guys. Like, you want the information in this video. It is going to give you so much more conviction on your SR journey, and you're gonna see the possibilities with this. I want you to have that, okay? So make that a priority. And if you get any value out of this or there's any thoughts in here, if something is interesting, drop the timestamp below and a thought on it so the other men can see it and go watch that as well. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Quit being gay, subscribe to the channel, okay? Is that how I get subscribers now? I just call everybody gay. Subscribe or else you're gay. Okay, here we go. We've mentioned the many benefits of semen retention in previous chapters, but here we want to discuss how some of those benefits actually translate into greater success in all areas of your life. This is a real thing. As we discussed, ancient beliefs describe the process of transmutation of the energy it takes to produce sperm into areas of your life other than procreation. Transmutation means take this thing, turn it into something else, aim it at something else. Of course, procreation is a strong instinct in all species, but humans whose large brains mean they're more capable of abstract, symbolic thought we have the option to divert the energy that would normally go into procreation for other endeavors. It's in the diverting of that energy that you can find a lot of success. That is the point of this video. Let's look more closely at what this means. Men are able to produce sperm once they have reached puberty. The production of that sperm requires a great deal of energy, and that is one reason why, on average, men don't live as long as women. We've talked about this, guys, right? La petite mort, little death, is what the French call releasing ejaculation. In fact, many believe that the production of the sperm to create life also takes a little bit of life away from the man producing it. La petite mort, little death, for those of you that are still gooning away and still haven't locked in on these long streaks. You're choosing little death, and by the way, it's not like, oh, I did it, I can just tell that the thing that I did made this impact, now I'm gonna stop. No, it's like, what did it say? It's like boiling a frog in water, and you just slowly turn up the temperature and the thing won't jump out because it's comfortable until it's too late. This is the equivalent of releasing this energy, releasing. You're like, oh, I'm just noticing a little, oh, maybe that I'm just aging. Maybe it's part of the aging process. And then you freaking hit rock bottom. Many believe the production of sperm to create life also takes a little bit of life away from the man producing it. Thus, by lowering the number of ejaculations you have throughout your lifetime, you will also be able to lower the overall sperm production, which, again, the amount of sperm that you're having to keep producing takes all the energy from your body. This ultimately means that you'll live longer, you'll age slower, and look better physically. That's one marker of success because it gives you more time to realize your dreams. You become him. You become more of the guy. Here's something interesting. So, I've talked a lot about the fact that a big motivator for this semen retention streak that I'm on now, guys. The big long streak here over 6 months is health stuff. chronic stuff. I went to Target today. I was gonna get some pants. If I like a pair of pants, I get them in a bunch of colors. It's like, it's easy. It's like, just give me this in 4 colors. So I went to get another pair of pants. So I'm walking out, some pretty cute black chick or whatever. She's like working by the tech spot or whatever. Like, she like calls me over. I've never actually had that happen, but like, dude, she like wouldn't stop. And I was like, I was in a good mood. I didn't have anything to really be doing. I'm just like running some errands. I'm like, all right, screw it. Like, let's see what this is. Like, let's have some fun. And something I have been noticing too is I'm so much more grounded. I'm not as reacting. Like, dude, I didn't feel any need to put on a show for her to react in any way. So like, she like calls me over and is obviously she's trying to sell me a phone plan that they're offering through Target, or is it T-Mobile? I don't know. I have Verizon. So she's trying to like figure out, hey, like, how much are you paying for your phone? Yeah, what version do you have? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like answering the questions, just kind of having a little bit of fun with her and like whatever, just socializing. She was taller than me. That's a no-go for me. If a girl's taller than, I mean, I'm 5'10". She also had like an afro that put her at like 6'4". Like, okay, this isn't gonna work, but you're cute. But that's beside the point. To tie it back to what I'm talking about, guys. So we're talking, and she's like, well, okay, so like, how old are you? And like, she's kind of like prying with a lot of questions. Man, I wasn't even thinking or anything. Like, I didn't want anything from this chick. I'm just talking, and I'm like, hey, I'm 30. She's like, what? It's like, yeah. How old do you think I am? She's like, I thought you were 25. I was like, okay. You might be trying to blow smoke up my ass so that I go buy your your stupid little phone thing or whatever, or transfer. But also, I was like, it's been a minute since I've gotten like that type of reaction or like compliment or something from a woman. And I'm like, yeah, you could call it a coincidence. Like, she's trying to maybe talk me up or whatever. But like, it seemed like a pretty genuine reaction, because I was like, well, how old are you? She's like, oh, I'm 26. I was like, yeah, she looked like she was 26. But that got my mind jogging, because I'm like, okay, other men have been talking about this idea of like semen retention reverse aging you. And I haven't muscle tested this in a really long time. And again, I see your comments for those of you asking about muscle testing and if I'm gonna be able to teach you guys. I am trying to figure out how the frick I'm gonna teach this to you guys, because there is a lot to it, and I'm going through other courses yet that I've spent like stupid amounts of money learning from experts on muscle testing. I'm trying to figure out like a way to package it eventually in the community, as part of the community that I eventually put together, which I am working on, by the way. It's not ready. So I was like, interesting that like she's mirroring back to me, like surprised that like 30, you look younger. I'm like, I do feel younger than before when I started this 6-month streak. So I thought, oh, dude, I should be muscle testing my biological age. I used to do this. I haven't this whole streak. I was like, dude, I gotta check where my biological age is at. So today I stopped and did that, and here's what's interesting, guys. For the past many years, my biological age has always been right in line with my current age. So 30, 29, 29, 20, 28. I went and did the muscle testing so many times today. I kept rechecking it at different times throughout the day and like seeing if it was accurate. And my body keeps muscle testing in at 27 years old now. 3 years less than what it normally was. And when I tell you guys, like, I've obsessed over this stuff a lot and tested this stuff a lot over the years, and it's always been accurate. Of like being not that this isn't accurate, it's always been the exact match to the age. I'm telling you, this line right here checks out. This ultimately means you'll live longer, age slower, and look better physically. I am starting to experience that and feel that. And if I'm starting to experience that, again, as somebody who's entering this, working through chronic health stuff and like overcoming all that stuff, imagine if you don't have that stuff to work through, imagine the breakthrough that you could have in 6 months of a streak. Food for thought. We have been discussing how semen retention has been proven to increase testosterone levels last chapter, chapter 5, and that alone produces a cascade of effects that help you become more successful in your life. First, it is a hormone responsible for masculine traits, such as increased muscle mass, better muscle tone. It also gives you more confidence, helps reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and feelings of social awkwardness. Yo, when I say that, like, I didn't feel socially awkward at all, like, in this situation, like, I wasn't, like, worried about the interaction. I was standing there, guys, so grounded with her. I was like, okay, what are you trying to sell me? I'm like cracking some just jokes and just having fun with it, but so grounded. And when I tell you guys the value of losing social awkwardness and like lack of confidence and outgoingness, that in and of itself is worth all of this. That's what I've been experiencing. In short, it makes you more attractive to prospective partners and more confident in your abilities to be successful. And that spurs your creative, innovative, and problem-solving abilities to kick into higher gear. I'm telling you, that's a real thing. As we've also discussed, sperm is full of nutrients that when conserved, you can apply to other areas of your health and well-being. These include valuable substances that help your brain function better, thereby improving your mental clarity and memory. That works because after around 2 weeks of semen retention, your body starts to reabsorb the sperm. Guys, this is right here. This is what puts all the idiots saying, well, use it or lose it, to rest. It puts that argument to rest. Oh, I gotta release the sperm. I gotta ejaculate or else I lose it. You know, I might as well enjoy it. I don't get the pleasure then, you know? This isn't some little like job health benefit rollover where it's like, if you don't use your benefits this year, you don't get them for next year. That's not what this is. After about 2 weeks, your body starts to reabsorb the sperm, the life force, circulate it through your body. Shocker that it's going to start to reverse age you and heal you and do all this cool stuff. So those nutrients are now recycled to other parts of your body. As a result, you get thicker hair, better skin, brighter eyes. Y'all, my eyes have gotten so bright on this. Like they're clean, they're pure, they're just like, that's one of my favorite things. Bigger muscles. Maybe I'll start working out again. More facial hair growth. For real. That's absolutely a thing. And a better functioning brain. You even get a deeper voice. I don't know. We'll see if mine gets there. This is the abundant power of transmuted semen energy. When you practice semen retention, your brain quickly realizes that you are not ejaculating, the mechanism by which life is created. This tells your brain that it has to improve. Oh, this is so good right here. Listen the frick up if you are losing focus. This tells your brain that it has to improve your potential for mating, and that and that means improving everything about you. I'm gonna read that again. When you practice semen retention, your brain quickly realizes that you are not ejaculating, and that is the mechanism by which life is created. So this tells your brain, shit, this mofo must lack, and he can't attract a mate. This is what your brain is thinking. Oh, well, I better improve his potential for mating, and that means improving everything about you, okay? So this is when you have the opportunity to rechannel your retained energy into creative abilities, willpower, courage, and persistence. And these qualities can then be used to accumulate riches in life. I'm doing that right now. Creating amazing works of art, I'm doing that right now. Or building the body of your dreams. I am doing that right now, but I'm working more internally right now before I start getting back into muscle mass. By the way, guys, right now I think I level out at 155 pounds. I've seen some of you being like, hey, you look skinny, you should work out. Bro, before this, I was 175 pounds, and it was 20 pounds of muscle mass. I'm usually between like 150, 155 right now. So like 20 to 25 pounds of muscle mass. When I want to put on muscle mass, I'm going to put on muscle mass. And then y'all are going to be like, whoa, you put on muscle. Yes, I did. Remember that the riches you accumulate in life translate into resources for attracting a mate, for attracting women. And try to argue that, oh, I'm not doing this for women and attention, all this stuff. Say it all you want. You're a man. That is always a part of this. We always want to attract women. That's just like part of our DNA, okay? So this is the thing. This is what I just made a video earlier today talking about this. It's delaying gratification. Instead of trying to go like waste all your energy chasing women and bowing to women and being a simp, that ain't gonna get you shit. Delay the gratification, take all that energy, put into you, do semen retention, aim it at just improving your life, making wealth, health, freedom, whatever. Oh, and then you're also going to attract women because now you are the man that is capable and stable and attractive to a woman. Delay gratification. Even if you wish to practice absolute celibacy, your brain will still be working behind the scenes to help you find a partner and procreate by motivating you to improve yourself. That's because millions of years of evolution has shaped your anatomy, brain, and motivations and fine-tuned them for reproduction. You are built to reproduce, but you can choose how to use these motivations and your newfound energy. And when you do this, the results are often incredible. The underlying action of your brain to help you attract a partner is essentially an irresistible force. And when you're being guided subconsciously by this force, you'll find you have fierce motivation, drive and ability to spring into action. Yes, the key to applying that ability to other areas of your life is control over your sexual energy. Control over your sexual energy. They might mention it again in this book, but yeah, that's the next chapter. I'll get into it in this next spot. For example, by willfully directing that energy into your business pursuits, I'm doing that right now, you'll develop mental clarity and acuity that will bring you great success in any professional endeavor. Guys, I started this YouTube channel like a couple months before I actually started this streak. And there's a couple of videos on there that I wanted to make. And I spent so many mother effing hours on those, editing and like trimming and like trying to make everything sound right. Like my mental clarity, like it wasn't where it is right now, like at all. I would have a thought, I would try to work through thought, I would lose my thought, I couldn't like wrap everything together, whatever. If you watch my channel now, guys, this is easy. Me talking to you guys right now with semen retention, like being on this streak of semen retention, my mental thoughts and clarity are so pure. It is like I'm going back to being a kid again. It's like I can just sit here and ramble, guys, for an hour straight, talking to myself, to you. And I pretty frequently do that. Some of these videos are friggin' long. The mental clarity, guys, is arguably one of my favorite things. And I've been saying that a lot about stuff because there's a lot of favorite things, but the mental clarity is like, imagine what you can do with that. You can do anything with this mental clarity. You want to stand out from everybody else, guys? You know how many people are dealing with brain fog consistently and just like can't string words together and hold a conversation and hold thoughts and inspire and motivate? If you can do this by default on semen retention, like guys, you can be a freaking monster. You'll have success in any endeavor. Here we go, this is good, listen up. One scientific study examined why traditionally most men don't really begin to succeed until they are in their 40s or 50s. It found that when they were younger, they tended to dissipate their energies through sexual indulgence, shocker, and that kept them from realizing their full potential. When they got into their 40s and 50s, they began to focus less on sexual pursuits and more on other areas of life, and as a result, they achieved the success that had eluded them formerly. But don't take my word for it. Let's look, what is that, they're reading Rainbow? But don't take my word for it. Let's look at some testimonials from successful men in different professions about the power of refocusing sexual energy. You're gonna love what's coming up here. David Hay, former world heavyweight champion David Hay likened semen retention to a lion who hasn't eaten anything for a while. That makes him one dangerous animal. Hay stated that he doesn't release for 6 weeks before a fight. He doesn't have sex or masturbate for 6 weeks, no ejaculation. By the time the fight rolls around, he's got plenty of pent-up energy that's ready to be released, and he releases it in the ring on his opponent. Similar strategies also worked for Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Both of them went years without releasing any semen, and there's no arguing with their success. And some of y'all are bitching here about 30 days. 60 days. And you don't even have the options of the women that someone like Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali at the peak of their career were getting. Guys, women are attracted to success and fame and fortune, all this stuff. These guys at the top, they can get any woman they want, and they're choosing to go years on semen retention. Think about that. Sarvish Shashi, a 28-year-old worth 15 million. Sarvish is a rare man indeed. He's a consultant in the wellness industry whose clients include Jennifer Lopez, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Naomi Campbell. And believe it or not, he's a virgin. Interesting. When he was growing up, he says he was arrogant and aggressive. He originally wanted to be a cricket player. He got into yoga because his father felt it would help him with the sport by controlling his emotions. His yoga teacher taught him how to calm himself and took away his anger and ego. He asked Sarvesh to live by five precepts that included celibacy and semen retention, and Sarvesh followed his advice to the letter. While he doesn't believe there's anything harmful about having sex or masturbating, he abstains as part of his own journey towards self-actualization. He believes it helps him to be clean from within. I do feel the longer that I go on this, guys, I just feel more clean within, more pure. When asked about abstinence, how it changed his life, he credited his ability to channel the creative energy found in semen to his brain through meditation and celibacy. I love pairing this with meditation, by the way. He noted that his self-discipline took away the distractions that had plagued him earlier in his life. That allowed him to focus on his goals. The way he looks at it, ejaculating produces a few moments of pleasure, but by abstaining, he has created true sustainable pleasure through spiritual and professional success. Y'all need to start viewing other parts of your life as pleasure. I'm starting to take pleasure in conversations. In that conversation today, running into that girl and just like kind of laughing and having fun and like getting a compliment here and there, whatever. It's like, that was pleasurable. Getting in my car, going and running some groceries, just like feeling good, having energy to walk around and like be optimistic and think of it, like going on a walk or whatever. These are pleasurable things. Growing a successful company, making money, seeing investments come in and work well. Like, that is pleasurable for me. It doesn't always have to be sex, guys, for pleasure. Or releasing or ejaculation. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple. Unfortunately, Steve Jobs is no longer with us, but he was the genius behind Apple. He also practiced semen retention. He wasn't celibate, but he did refuse to reach orgasm and ejaculate, except when he wanted to have children. That's where I would like to get to with this. He firmly believed in conserving his seminal energy for his work. Toward that end, he practiced tantric sex to help him harness that intense energy. The work he did revolutionized the world through computer technologies, and of course, he was a billionaire many times over. So the real conclusion here is, guys, if you do semen retention, you become a billionaire. It's in the book. So good luck arguing against that. Here's a few historical figures known to have practiced semen retention. Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK. Winston Churchill is widely considered to be one of the best leaders in history. He helped defeat Adolf Hitler. He practiced semen retention. Interesting. He once remarked that he was able to write so much because I don't waste my essence in bed. Boom, mic drop. That was a bar. I don't waste my essence in bed. That likely played a big role in his extraordinary achievements. Michelangelo, sculptor and artist. Michelangelo is arguably the most gifted artist in history. He was able to create remarkable sculptures, including David and Pieta, both of which are held at Treasuries for All Humanity. Michelangelo was also a brilliant painter and an architect, clearly an overachiever. He planned St. Peter's Basilica. He painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. He is also known to have abstained from both sex and masturbation. His contemporary biographer, some dude, Arsenio Candivi, wrote about his monk-like chastity and that it's supported, and this is supported by the fact that in many of his works, women are depicted as manly in form. By abstaining from sex, he was able to focus on creating those amazing works of art. Nikola Tesla, inventor and futurist. Nikola Tesla is commonly known as the man who invented the 20th century. He was known to be celibate for his entire life. He redirected that energy into his professional life and has brought us some of the greatest achievements at scale that has yet to be repeated. In the 20th century, he invented a way to transmit electricity wirelessly, and he created devices that caused earthquakes and manifested ball lightning. Good Lord. He was handsome, a successful man who, had he not rejected aristocratic money for his inventions, he would have been the first billionaire in history. I believe that. All the same, he made a conscious decision to reject sexual pleasures. He stated in an interview that women were the greatest thieves of energy and therefore of one's spiritual power. I'm going to say that again. Nikola Tesla stated in an interview that women were the greatest thieves of energy and therefore the greatest thieves of one's spiritual power. He went on to say that he decided to preserve that energy for himself so that he could create what he wanted. Guys, this is what it all comes down to. Do you want to give it away, or do you want to hold it in, transform yourself into the version of you you've always wanted to be, build the most insanely abundant, incredible life, and then you can have women to enjoy some of that stuff with? Leonardo da Vinci, the archetype of the Renaissance man. Leonardo da Vinci is one of the most renowned men in history. He was an expert in many diverse pursuits: art, engineering, human psychology, or physiology, and much, much more. He had grand ambition to be a master of all trades, and he most certainly achieved that. He was also a lifelong bachelor, and there is no indication he ever had an interest in romantic relationships or sexual acts. Was he gay? Maybe. I don't know. I am interested to know, because that's a tough act. Nothing in his diaries or works indicated otherwise about romantic relationships. However, he did speak about it when he said that the procreative act was so disgusting that it would surely die out if it had not become a human tradition and if there were no sensuous dispositions and pretty faces. From those comments, it is clear he practiced semen retention, and the redirection of that energy produced phenomenal works for all humankind. Sigmund Freud, noted psychologist. While Sigmund Freud, F-R-E-U-D, Freud, is a controversial personality, there is no disputing his influence in the world of psychology. His theories have polarized the world, and interestingly, they all center around sex. He came up with the famous Oedipus complex that states boys desire their mothers and come to see their fathers as competition. That's why there's such friction between father and son. He also believed women had penis envy. I think that's a thing. Yeah, I feel like I've heard my sisters bring that up too. There were sometimes I wish I had a dick, then the world would be easy and I would get more respect, and stuff like that. What do you think? Do most women have penis envy? Do they all wish they had one of these? He thought masturbation resulted in anxiety, and he also believed that sexual activity, resulted in anxiety, if you caught that, and believed that sexual activity was incompatible with the achievements of great works. He did have a wife, but after he turned 40, he became fully celibate until his death. Despite his discredited theories, he's still considered the father of psychoanalysis. That's a legacy that cannot be ignored, and is likely his choice to become a celibate that helped him achieve his goals. He thought masturbation resulted in anxiety. He was believed that sexual activity was incompatible with the achievements of great work. That one hits, guys. Napoleon Hill, American self-help author. Napoleon Hill is best known for his book, Think and Grow Rich. Phenomenal book. Put it on your read list if you haven't. It is rated among the top 10 best-selling self-help books of all time. His books all talk about how to achieve success in life, and he devoted an entire chapter in Think and Grow Rich to semen retention and diverting sexual energy into other areas of your life. This is an early influence for me. He wrote that sexual transmutation is a vital first step for anyone who wants to become rich. Read that again, yo. He wrote that sexual transmutation is a vital first step for anyone who wants to become rich. Conquer yourself, you can conquer the world. As you see by now, many famous, successful men have used the power of sexual transmutation to achieve their goals. Let's look at some specific reasons that abstinence can create success. Increases core strength. If you're an athlete, probably the number one thing you need is core strength. Core muscles are active when you're withstanding opposing forces like gravity, and they impart strength to all body parts of your body. Without strong core muscles, you're likely to suffer from a number of injuries, and although exercise is a great way to strengthen your core muscles, ejaculation depletes them of strength. If that happens, it will destabilize your body and prevent other muscles from reaching their maximum potential strength. That's why the athletes on the list above, all these people we talked about, they know or knew that they had to retain the energy from their semen to increase their physical power. The longer they practiced ejaculatory abstinence, semen retention, the more explosively powerful they had the potential to be in their sport and or business. If you're still on the edge about this, if you still are on the fence, I don't know what else to tell you. Go be a coomer forever. Improves romantic relationships. There's perhaps nothing that can cloud your judgment more than sex. Yeah. When you remove that from the equation, you can see your romantic partner for who they really are, and you can determine if you genuinely enjoy their company. Guys, that's so real. And I also feel like the longer that I do this, I'm able to just see people's intentions and like read them just spot on, like nothing goes past me. Sex won't be distracting you from your problems. Instead, you'll have to find real solutions or decide to discontinue the relationship. In short, abstinence will save you a lot of time and heartache as you work to establish a solid long-term relationship with someone you love. Moreover, what occurs when you have sex with someone is a spiritual exchange that has important implications for your entire life. Yeah, guys, soul ties. Practicing ejaculatory abstinence, semen retention, helps you focus on your partner's pleasure and on building a life together. And that's the thing too, guys, like as a man, like having sex is like, if you're not gonna focus on releasing, just you get to focus on her the whole time. And that is by default really fun. Something to think about. Improves discipline. Bucking a strong natural desire requires discipline. You have to manage not only your sex life, but other areas as well. As you learn to control your actions, you strengthen your mind and your ability to focus on what is important in your life. Lust without wisdom often results in damaged relationships, unplanned children, prison, divorce, depression, and countless other problems. Prison was a bit drastic. If you're dealing with lust, guys, you're going to prison. I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the book. It requires discipline to contain that kind of lust. But when you're able to stick to a standard that you set yourself, you'll find you're able to develop the kind of self-discipline that brings success to every area of your life. Bars. Heightens creativity. When you harness sexual energy, you're able to convert it into a powerful tool for improving your life. Your imagination becomes much more vivid as your awareness increases. I'm experiencing that. You're motivated to pursue various other goals, to expend that pent-up energy. I'm experiencing that. And your physical stamina gives you ability to do just that. Yes. Because of the connection between your brain and your libido, your sex drive, you're hardwired to go to extreme lengths to satisfy your sexual desire. However, when you channel that same energy and apply it to other goals, your life can become completely transformed. And it happens really freaking quickly, guys. Like, I do not recognize a version of me that I was before I started this long streak 6 months ago. You'll be able to conceptualize the life you want to live, create ideas to bring it into reality, and finally live the dream life you've always wanted. You're using a powerful natural energy that's responsible for all life on Earth. By becoming aware of that energy and harnessing it, you can birth your many other goals into existence. Some of you don't have a talent problem. You're wanting to go do big things and achieve big things in life. You don't have necessarily a talent problem. You have an energy problem. You have a goal. I made a video about this today. You have a goal up here and you do not have enough energy to get there. You don't have enough fuel in your tank. You need more fuel to get there. It's going to take you 10 lifetimes to get there otherwise if you're not going to get more energy. Spiritual growth. As we've already discussed, numerous spiritual traditions teach that sexual energy is a part of a complex field that relates to your spiritual energy. Yes, when you awaken the feminine Kundalini energy sleeping in your root chakra, it rises through the other chakras until it unites with the masculine energy at the crown chakra. When that happens, you experience the universal oneness that is your natural state. You awaken into the reality of your own divinity. It doesn't matter whether you embrace this literally or as a metaphor to achieving your version of spirituality through your enhanced ability to focus on what is important in your life and the values you believe in. Redirecting this sexual energy into aspects of your spiritual life allows you to experience a much more vivid sense of the divine. My spiritual life, guys, I have gotten so much closer to God, to oneness, to source, to the universe, pick your name, whatever. I'm so much closer to God, closer to Jesus, by default. I'm not even trying to, guys. It is just by default, I am realigning myself with that. I'm getting enough power to finally have a strong Wi-Fi signal shooting out of my pineal gland and finally be able to communicate and talk and like receive downloads. Like, guys, this is real. The main thing to understand about sexual energy is that it is a powerful, creative energy. It is not evil. When it's not controlled, it can be destructive. By refraining from overindulgence or practicing outright abstinence, you use that creative energy to maximize your potential in every area of your life. You can generate success in your professional life and build deep, loving, long-lasting personal relationships. You can grow personally, professionally, and spiritually. Sexual energy is analogous to crude oil in that it is valuable, powerful, and an important resource, but to maximize its power, you have to refine it. Bar. So many bars in this. Certified bar. Only then can you use its power to fuel productive and constructive creation in your life once you refine the sexual energy. So in the next chapter, guys, we're dive into about the differences between nofap and semen retention to settle that whole conversation with everybody. Oh, nofap is semen retention. No. Different things. Here's a chapter summary, guys. We just discussed the numerous ways in which semen retention can help you be more successful. Specifically, we've covered the following topics: how sexual energy is transmuted into energy to use in all other parts of your life, how numerous famous successful men have utilized the practice of semen retention to achieve their goals, and the reasons why it works in various areas of your life. If this didn't get you mother effing pumped up to go run through a wall and transform your life and become the man, become him, if this didn't get you excited, unsubscribe from this channel immediately and go subscribe to whatever female flowery channel is gonna be a better fit for you. Because guys, if you are a man and you read through that or you listened through that with me and that doesn't have you ready to go all in on this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to freaking tell you anymore. Semen retention makes you more successful. That is probably going to be the title of this video. Semen retention literally makes you more successful. This is the proof now. Is it just going to happen if I hold my nuts in? No, but it's about the transformation. It's about who it turns you into, the monster you become that then attracts and creates and builds all this other stuff. Lock the F in. If you guys made it this far, drop a money emoji in the comments so I know you made it this far. Like a dollar sign or a little money bag or the emoji with the money tongue sticking out. Drop one of those. And tell me how you're going to use this information to build your dream life and build your dream career and get that bag, get that money, get whatever it is that you're wanting to build and create. Awesome. They're all good things. How are you going to do it? How are you going to use semen retention to get there? Let me know below. Keep winning, guys. Lock the F in. Peace, love, abundance to you all. Catch you on the next one.